Football is here, baby. It's spring football. And everybody's into it. This is kind of the time, we talk about it, where you start having OTAs. Everybody walks in. Now, look, this is where everybody gets on their toes when they walk in, right? So, obviously the rookies and the guys that's coming in for the first time in the NFL going to meet some of their stars, some of their heroes, guys they've only heard about. Now they get to play with Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, Isaiah Pacheco, Hollywood Brown, Rasheed Rice, McDuffie. Let's go on and on. Bolton. Come on now. So this is a good time. But everybody walking in on their toes, chest sticking out, trying to look bigger than what they are. Okay, this is how it all works out. So good times, y'all. Good times. So what's up, Marcus? How's it going, brother?
I'm going good. It's going good, man. You mentioned that, football's getting closer. Obviously with the guys going, seeing the videos of these guys going to the facility. I know we haven't really seen much of anything else, but seeing these guys going to the facility, they walk-in videos, Najee, Isaiah Pacheco, Mahomes, Kelce, all the guys being back in town, just tells you, makes you feel, it's kind of an illusion, JD, because it makes you feel like we're closer to football than we are. We're getting closer, but we're still months away from September and obviously training camp, but still it's like we're closer, we're getting there each and every day. But JD, you kind of mentioned OTAs and how the guys are back in town. You see the videos online, but let's kind of dig into what OTAs are. I've seen a lot of people asking questions about OTAs, what's going on, because there really hasn't been much video. So this week, Chiefs are beginning their 10 days of voluntary organized team activities, OTAs. This will be followed by a 3-day mandatory mini camp. So Chiefs will conduct its 10 voluntary OTA sessions on these dates. So May 27th or 29. So tomorrow is the final day of this OTA session. And then you have June 2nd to June 4th, June 10th to June 13th. So during OTAs, a little bit about that. No live contact is permitted. 7-on-7, 9-on-7, 11-on-11 drills are allowed. So JD, as the fellas head into the building, obviously you've been in this situation, right? Thousands of times, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on there? Like, how much of it is it classroom work? How much of it is because talk about the on-field stuff, 7-on-7, 9-on-7, and like what are coaches looking at? And as far as position groups, right? Because lines are like not getting much play here. With this whole with the 7-on-7, 9-on-7.
So yeah, go ahead.
But no, as far as like what players and position groups have kind of the most to gain from this, from the OTAs, like as far as position groups wise. So just kind of walk us the whole picture of what OTAs is.
So OTAs is pretty much is an overview of what you're going to be doing for the season. It's just getting everybody prepared, but it's an introduction to the playbooks, introduction to your coaches, what the system is going to be about. You're going to come in and find out the philosophy, the team philosophy, or what it means to be a Chief. And so whatever it is that the motto is, they're going to talk about it. And probably some of the reason that you don't see a lot of the media coverage out there, I think Andy made sure he got those guys, pretty much tied in and saying, hey, listen, this is what it's going to be. Okay. We're not coming out here to, show our teeth to everybody out here in the media. Okay. We're here to get a job done. I'm sure he probably told them that, there was a little bit of embarrassment. They didn't finish the season like they wanted to. I think everybody in here comes in with the same mindset that they still got a job to get done. Okay, it's not finished. And so for them, they're making a point exactly what it is and what it means to be a Chief. This is what the OTAs is all about. So the ones that's going to probably benefit the most out of it, obviously the skill players, because you're throwing the football around. It's all about retention. They want to see who can retain the information the best, and also, too, who can transition it to the field. They don't want you to be a robot. That was one thing, they never did really want you to do. That was one thing I know. I don't know if y'all seen this or not, but Gruden gave a shout out on the Barstool Gruden show and stuff like that. But Gruden used to always say he didn't want guys to be robots out there when you're running pass routes, all those different things, right? You want to see a little bit more of your skill set, you doing those things. But first, you got to get a good understanding about what it is that you're trying to do offensively and defensively, the philosophies that's there. Also, too, man, listen, we got to understand that this evaluation is not necessarily for all the older guys. They'll get their time, obviously, in OTAs come out. But the younger guys, the guys that's trying to fit, the guys that's trying to make the team, they're going to get a good look at those guys as well. So it's going to be short bursts of things. A lot of classroom work. You go in there for a few hours, absolutely. But then you get out on the field. So I think the lesser part of what you're doing is out on the field work. Okay. You're going to be doing more so fundamental drills, techniques and stuff like that. This is where all those things are going to come into play. And so the coach is going to know who you are, how do you work, what your character is, what type of work you really are. What do you know as far as your intelligence on the football field? Okay. What have you learned? Do you understand the difference between cover 3 and cover 2, or cover 5? Do you understand the difference between the 34 front or 4-3, 25 or 49? All those different things they're going to be asking. So this is really, I would say, man, a knowledge-based part of what you do, Marcus. So forth right now, and then of course you bring the physical part into it. But I will say this: linemen do get a lot of work. Okay, it's going to be some pass rush, speed, and all those different things. They say no contact. There's no way you're going to be able to avoid it. There's still going to be pass rush. Guys are going to get one-on-one. You're going to get lathered up in that regard. So that's pretty much what OTAs is. So
now, have you ever witnessed, you ever say any names or anything? They ever witnessed guys get cut from OTAs?
Yeah. Sure, they cut guys anytime. I mean, shoot, that's I think the 90 that they have, they're pretty kind of set with and want to kind of stick with now. I mean, unless it's just something that's like, all right, we got to move on from this guy and bring somebody else in. And, it's all up to the scouting department and obviously, pro personnel to get those things done. It's going to be in a full evaluation. The coach is going to be in the office looking at these guys. This is kind of like for the coaches too. This is where they put all the hay in the barn, really. They start seeing, okay, what are we going to do with Hollywood Brown? How many plays are we going to have with him? Are we going to run more 12 or 13 personnel? Okay, and we're going to go into training camp. So what they're doing is, this is a prerequisite before you get into training camp to say, this is how we're going to start structuring things, right? And they pretty much know. But the thing is, they don't know each and every player. So the rookies that came in, they're trying to find out about them. The Galate, how does he play? Is he a hard worker? Can he come from the backside? Jalen Royals, is he going to get some reps? How good does he look, right? Rasheed Wright might be out of there. Can Jalen Royals get in here if he's retaining information? But they got a little look with the guys when they were in the rookie camp, but they also want to see how the guys mess with the veterans. It's a whole different thing too. Seriously, whole different thing. So it's a good time, man. It's really good time for football players to kind of come in and I'd say get an assessment of each and every one that's there in the building.
We got Chad on the show. What's
Word.
up, Chad? There he is.
Word.
There's the man.
There's
the guy.
Go. There he is. There he is. What's going down, Neff? Good to see you. Good to see you all. So, Neff, I told everybody, man, we appreciate it. Our family appreciate it. You appreciate the prayers and all those different things that everybody gave to you. So we just want to thank you. But Chad is right there, man. He is there, listening, hearing it all, man. Hearing it all. So
that's our guy.
Yeah.
Love Chad.
Love him. They love you, Chad. They love you, Neff.
That's our man. That's our man.
Good time, sir.
JD, you actually made an interesting comment there. So you said like they want to see like the young bucks how they kind of like interact with the vets. So that's also part of this too. It's kind of like just seeing how they kind of like muck in with like the culture of the team. That's a part. That's kind of a part of it. Like because a lot of these guys, obviously Division II, right? When we first came in there, you had a lot of different news, and it was the inaugural season. My first school I went to was Division II school. It was the inaugural season, so everybody was new with each other. Right? So there wasn't already a built-up culture in there. But obviously, you could see who were the freshmen and who were the guys who were transferred from Division II schools. So we had a couple guys who came from Abilene Christian who were at that school. As you could tell, those are the vets, those are the older guys, and there was a lot of the freshmen, right? So like with the young bucks, like obviously, we've had some of the guys come on, Major Williams, Jimmy Holiday. Some of them might be a little bit more shy than others. So like, is that something that like they look at? Like, are teams looking down upon guys who are shy or introverts, or no?
No. Nobody's looking down on anybody because they're shy.
Right.
I think everybody's just trying to figure everybody out, get a beat who everybody is, really. And so that's kind of guys who sit back and kind of like, okay, let me just stay out of everybody's way a little bit, right? I'm just going to sit back. If I talk to somebody, say, hey, man, how you doing? And then just carry on the conversation. But you know how it is, man. When you're a new guy around the block, you got to it's easy steps coming in, right?
Yeah.
Take it slow. Take it slow.
Nerve
One
wracking
thing,
for sure.
huh?
Nerve
Oh,
wracking for sure.
absolutely, absolutely. So somebody probably called Travis Kelsey, Mr. Kelsey. Hey, Mr. Kelsey, wait a minute, hold on, right? Or Pat, they want to talk to Pat. Like, oh man, I ain't gonna talk to Pat. So,
Was there a moment to you like towards like the end? Because you were there for such a long time. Was there a moment to you towards like kind of the end of the days in Kansas City where like guys are coming in, hi, like, nice to meet you, Mr. Dunn, kind of thing? Were you getting like, all right, man, you're making me feel old? Like, nah.
I had never had anybody call me Mr. Dunn. So, I would say this. Guys that we had tight ends, man, we welcomed them in quick, real quick, you know. So, we would talk to them, mess with them, all those different things, man. But we let them know immediately, hey man, you made it here because you're supposed to be here. That's what it was supposed to be. So that's the way we look at it. Especially bring like young rookies in, talk to everybody. I was one of those, you know me, man. I'm a personal guy. So I talked to everybody, man, where you from, man? Where you go to school at? Oh, yeah, I went to such. Oh, okay. I know such and such. You know this coach or whatever, right? Whatever it may be. To try to at least, break the ice, make them a little bit more comfortable into it. But some of them jokers be walking around me mugging. You like, oh, God, I ain't going to talk to this dude.
Really?
Yeah,
the young bucks?
Well, everybody's trying to look tough. And then some veterans trying to look tough as well. And so you don't quite know who's going to mess with you, who's not going to mess with you, right? Not hazing in itself, but guys are still trying to feel dudes out. I say this all the time, man. Look, when I first got to the league, and I think of OTAs, I remember seeing defensive end. Oh, man. William, oh, man, I can't think of William's last name. Well, this joker had hair on his shoulders, like all the way from the top all the way down. I ain't never seen hair on a joker's shoulder like that. I knew I was playing with some grown men. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like no little bitty. I mean, this is full on grown, curls and stuff. Yeah, like sound like a Prince Jackson. I was like, look at this joker. I ain't never seen hair. He put his jersey up. Put it all the way up like this. So the hair all just extenuated. He said gorilla arms. Yeah, it was just hairy. Gorilla bear arms. Bear. That was just like hair like a bear, man. That joke was, and I was just like, dang God, look at this sucker right here. And you got to realize these jokers have wife and kids. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna have that in college. Not really. So true. This sucker was. It looked like you tear somebody's head off.
Well, right there's where you're like, okay, this ain't a kid's game anymore. It's a man's game now.
Yes, sir. You are not still in college. William Fuller. Thank you, Noah John Marshall. Yes, sir. William Fuller. That's it. Woo! Man, pull a picture of William Fuller up. You got a picture, pull him up.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
You're going to see a man. I'm talking about real men. Okay, you're going to see one. Shoot, yes, shoulder hair. And the Hearts and Roses. Yeah, I never really seen nobody like that in college. Everybody's still trying to grow their facial hair out. You might have had one or two few guys that had, full beards and stuff like that, but that joker had hair on his shoulders. Like, I always down. So, I don't know.
Yeah, pulling it up.
Love to see his joker boy. There you go. Go to that. There you go. Yeah, pull that.
Yeah, bigger than that. You can kind of see.
Yeah. Big Fuller play defensive end. Go to his picture. Like his face. There's one.
Oh man.
Ha! Oh, I'm talking about it. That's it. Big fool right there, baby. Hey, man. Hey, I would say, man, a real man. Look at that. Come on.
Wow.
That's what I was going against.
Oh yeah. You can see it. Yeah, furry arms, man.
Yeah, every single day is what I was going against. That's grown man right there. That's real deal. This is when defensive ends was 310 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. William Fuller, man, was a Pro Bowler. I'm talking about scary dude, man, but it's gentle. Look at that. Come on, man. Oh. But as cool as a cat, you know what I'm saying? Is genuine, intelligent, all those things, man. I'm telling you, like the way scares he looked, he was just as gracious of a guy, man. He really was. Just stand up dude. I think he might have been a player's rep too, man.
Interesting. Wow.
Big Fuller right there, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that was the guy like where you're like, welcome to the NFL. Like, okay, like that's like this is I'm amongst men now.
I'm amongst men. These are men in here. Oh, yeah. He's helping my daddy, double-digit sack guy. He was a double-digit sack guy before I got there, Noah John. I believe, yeah. So he was at Houston and then came to Philly. Like I said, Pro Bowler. I helped him out. Sure, I tried my best to help him out. That joker right there, man, what I'm talking about, a headache. And I'm saying, I got to block this guy? I'm like, jeez. So,
I mean, definitely helped you out, right? I mean, having to block this guy right out the gate. I mean, so that helped you for sure.
Absolutely. No question about it. That was the thing about, that I talk about because it helped my skill. Helped me become a better blocker. So when I was blocking a Reggie White or the Strahan or Charles Haley, Bruce Smith, and those guys, Kevin Green, Greg Lloyd. I could go on and on who I had to go against. Shoot, I had Big Four to go against every single day in practice. That helped me tremendously. And so that's what these guys are going to see. They're going to see that. You know what I mean? So when you have a tight end, guess what? You're going to be going against, or Kalafkis or, FAU. Chris Jones might line up out there too on you. You know what I'm saying? So scary jokers, man. So shoot, he wasn't the only one. So good stuff.
That's great. Well, hopefully, these guys are, getting their, and also too, it's also a good thing to have this for a lot of the young guys, the guys you have on the show. Like they are starstruck. Get it out now because once you get to training camp, you're going to be, you're going with these guys all the time. So this is kind of the good like buffer period for a lot of these guys to meet some of these dudes and get that like starstruck feeling out of the way. So then now it's okay. Now we're teammates and comrades.
Yeah, absolutely, no question about it. And that's how you get introduced to it. You build those relationships. But yeah, this is what it's all about. T-Bone said, JD, did you go against Jared Allen in practice or when he left KC? I went against Jared in practice and also when he left Kansas City. So, Jared, man, I tell him, man, he cut his teeth here. I was kind of the older statesman when Jared was here, helped him out a lot, man. So, yeah, Jared Allen, man, that's my guy. That's my guy, man. So he's getting into the Hall of Fame. Well-deserved.
For
You
sure.
just know it was going to be good anyway. So, yeah, it was kind of definitely when it's Jared. Mm-hmm.
It'd be interesting because, a lot of these guys, like you said, with your situation with Fuller, like that kind of helped you kind of get to where you were in the NFL. You could be definitely part of his, his speeches because, because teeth going against guys like you during practice. So you may get a shout out in that speech, JD.
No doubt about it. So, he got against top-notch talent. That's for sure. Shooting Gonzalez and me, and he was going to get the full gamut. He got it
For sure.
Definitely. So that's definitely respect there. No question. Yeah. Andre Brown said this could sum it up. He was one of Buddy Ryan's guys. Yes, he was. William Fuller. They weren't playing around up there.
Yeah. That's great. I love CJ. I love the OTA stories like that because you can talk from a point of view that none of us can go to kind of experience what you were experiencing when you first came in there.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it did.
With Jared Allen?
Yeah.
I think we got a pretty good haul for the trade, I believe, if I remember correctly. I think that's kind of what set us up to get Brandon Albert and Jamal Charles, I believe. I could be wrong about that. But I think that's what it was. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.